What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about a couple of comments that the rapper Kodak Black recently made not too long ago involving skin tone, but these comments are a little different than the comments that we are used to hearing from Kodak Black when it comes to skin tone. Actually, these comments are more so on the opposite side of the spectrum, which is a little interesting, and I just want to bring this up and just kind of get your thoughts and opinions about this, and as well share my thoughts and opinions about this. So the rapper Kodak Black, I believe he was recently released from jail sometime, I don't know exactly when, but very recently. And he's been making some waves in the industry, and trying to get his music career back on track wherever that was before he left. But on his social media page, one of them, um, he posted a comment that said, just cause that ish light skin don't mean an automatic win. You gotta know real beauty. LOL. So, just in case you might not have understood that, I'll give a breakdown of what he's saying, or at least how I'm interpreting his comment. So he's saying just because you light skin don't mean it's an automatic win. You got to know real beauty. So I'm assuming he's referring to light skinned women and beauty, and saying that just because this woman is light skinned does that mean that she is automatically beautiful. Which I do agree with that comment. I think we all can agree with that, or at least more than enough of us can. But I do wonder, where did this come from? Where did this newfound enlightenment come from? And I hate to take it here, but I'm like, Kodak Black, did you get burned by like a light skinned chick? Like maybe, he maybe was trying to shoot a shot and got turned down. Because wasn't he trying to shoot his shot at one point with like Lauren London? Um, did you get burned by a light skinned chick where she maybe used you for a come up, or used you for some money to get her bills paid, to buy her car or something, you know? And I hate to take it there, I hate to, because, on the flip side, you can be like, well, if he were saying this, like this same comment about dark skinned women, would we be as quick to take it there? But I just want to throw that out there, though. Um, so apparently, Kodak Black has, come to the realization and come to some enlightenment that, just because she's light skinned does not mean that she's beautiful. Just because it's light don't mean it's right, right? And if this is genuine, then that's great. That he has had some growth. That is good. Um, because there is an argument like, okay, what if someone is colorist? Do they get a chance to redeem themselves, or is it just, that person is no good, let's write them off, they can never change, like we ain't fooling with them no more? And personally, I think like it's perhaps on a case-by-case basis. And I feel like more than enough people would give Kodak Black some space and opportunity to redeem himself. More than enough. Maybe not everybody, but more than enough, right? He also goes on to say in another post, anyways, it was cool while it lasted. Sorry. Anyways, it was cool while it was. But that red-ish dead, y'all. I'm black back. I'm back black. And and then emoji of a chocolate bar, emoji of someone smiling with a tongue out, hashtag the Milky Way. So, Kodak Black, he done came on home. The Mammy Pick Me Meals, they happy that Kodak Black done came on home, back to the dark side, back to the Black Queen side. So it sounds like, it sounds like Kodak Black has decided to give up pursuing lighter skinned women and go back home, quote unquote, to the darker skinned black women. Is this a win for the darker skinned black women? Is this a loss for the lighter skinned black women? What's up with that? What do you guys think about that? But one thing I do want to talk about is sort of like, if Kodak Black was Kodaka Blacka, aka the female equivalent of himself, right? If Kodak Black was a female and said all the comments that he made, would people be as welcoming? Would people be willing to roll out the welcome mat? Come on home. We missed you. We missed you, Kodak. We missed you. I'm glad you done learned something new. And it is something interesting, like kind of like, where did this come from? Could this be just, pandering? Could this just be some marketing gimmick, to create some buzz about him? Could he be legit? Could he be feeling like, hey, I learned the error of my ways? But I do feel like if it was legit, or if it is legit, I do think that she should address some of the negative comments that he's made in the past and apologize for them. If this is truly legitimate, if he really does, feel. But that's the thing. I think possibly some people, maybe, maybe even including myself, maybe reading a bit too much into the comment too. Because basically it's just saying that, oh, light is out, dark is in. So, well, what will happen when dark to him becomes out and then something else becomes in? That's something to think about. Is he just going by some like trends or something like that? But I did see some comments from some black women who were like, oh yeah, that's what's up. I know that's right, Black King. You know that thing true. Black King, Kodak Black done learned his lesson. He learned about the true beauty of a black queen. And, on one hand, I'm like, okay, we should be willing to forgive people. Yes, we all need some forgiveness at one point or another in our lives. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. We all fall short of the glory, right? And that's true. But, well, for one, I don't really think there's some sort of an admission of culpability. That's one. So you can't really accept an apology that was never made, right? And forgive someone who never asked for forgiveness, right? So that's one. Also, I feel like sometimes I think black women, and probably some black men pushing this too, but black women sometimes may be a little bit thirsty for black men and black male validation. So they're willing to accept crumbs and get full off of the crumbs that are, thrown to them on the ground, and that they'll peck up like pigeons. No shade. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if it does perhaps apply, think about it though. Are you just accepting crumbs? Do you get full off of these crumbs that you accept? Why? Why do you feel the need to just accept the crumbs when you should be getting the full meal, right? Delivered to you by a waiter versus, thrown on the ground by some random. No. And for the black men who support this, well, we already know what they're on, unfortunately. It's just like, oh, well, he like dark-skinned black women now, so y'all should just shut up about this stuff. See, he ain't colorist. See, he just got a preference. See, you don't see the light-skinned women complaining. We already know how that's gonna go. All right. And unfortunately, in situations like this, you just can't expect much from that segment, because that segment views Kodak Black as being reflective of them, so they're going to be more likely to defend that, even though they'll either ignore it or defend it. They may, if asked, say a little bit of something, but not really go too hard, right? Because one, they may view themselves as being reflective of a Kodak Black. Two, they may fear going against not necessarily Kodak Black per se, but that mentality that is present in more than enough of people, right? So it's like you may get a lot of backlash and they may not be willing to deal with that because it just may be too much for them. Also they just may not care. They just may be indifferent towards it all. But I guess I've mentioned all I gotta mention for the moment. I don't think there's any reason to go on for 20 or 30 minutes about this. But I just thought this was an interesting topic to bring up and bring to your attention, just to see what you think about this. This is not an apology. This is not an admission of guilt. This is not anyone asking for forgiveness because they've done something wrong and want to try to make amends. This is just someone stating publicly that at one point their preference was this, but now their preference is this, basically. And Kodak Black, he put it out here. So what are we, the community in general, but especially black women, what are black women and also just the community in general going to do with this information? Personally, I just say keep it business as usual. If you were never supporting Kodak Black before, you probably shouldn't jump to support him now. If you were supporting but stopped supporting, you probably should continue to stop supporting. If you were supporting all the way through, then I suggest you probably should just reevaluate why you were supporting all the way through. But ultimately, time will tell. If Kodak Black is really on the up and up and he's really trying to, change and grow and evolve as a person, and he has learned the error of his ways, time will tell. And as well, just give it some time. Either the truth's gonna come out one way or another. If it's the positive truth, it's gonna come out. If it's the bad, ugly, negative truth, it's gonna come out too. So just give it time. Don't be too hasty. Just let it go. Just let it flow. But that's all I gotta say, y'all. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.